Hello my friends and welcome to this unboxing of Matt Hughes' Dreamscape Oracle. This is a 32 Oracle deck, a card Oracle deck, which I got for Christmas, but I haven't had the chance to do an unboxing. Please excuse my voice. I'm still recovering, but I really want to use this deck, so that's why I was like, right, I've got to do a walkthrough for you guys. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, done in Matt Hughes' style, which is this gorgeous Mucha-esque on the back of the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot, which I absolutely love. I didn't realise that he also has a lunar edition as well, which is holographic, and yeah, I've got a thing for holographic, so let's get started with these 32 cards. As you can see, the box is absolutely gorgeous. There's been several different editions of this deck, and this is the latest one, which I got off of Amazon for about, I think it was about £20. So yeah, we also have this gorgeous, I really like this book. The book is just really nicely presented. It's like binded as well. It's not a you know, like a normal kind of like paper book, you know, which comes with most kind of decks of cards. And it's, by the way, it's published by US Game Systems as well. And it goes through all of the meanings of the cards, which I highly recommend that you read through. And as you continue to use the deck, use it, because some of the things may not correspond with what you're used to. Definitely not in my case anyway. But here we have like a lovely introduction about the dreamscape, the books, the meanings. It doesn't say anything about him personally, but I'm sure we could find some stuff if we were to look online. Oh, here we go. We've got a little bit. Yeah, they're just beautiful, and it has a few the meanings, and then it has a few like spreads as well. So let's get in with the cards. So as we've got the beautiful elephant there, which I love, and yeah, let's crack on with these. So first and foremost, we have the architect. I love that imagery. And it's a good thing that I'm doing this during the day so that you can like see the guild and the foil. Well, not the guild actually, just the foil. But these are, I really appreciate the colour. The colour is a little bit more fresher, and the images are a lot more contemporary than the Ethereal Visions. Ethereal Visions is a little bit more, you know, traditional in that respect. You know, like these older kind of vibes. But whereas, like, you know, if we were to look at that, it's very contemporary. And just the way it just pops out, I really appreciate that, the colour. The spring, which is in reference to the actual spring, the water, rather than the idea of the spring of the seasons. Just wanted also to take a bit of time to appreciate the back as well, because if you look here, it's actually got these lines as opposed to, like, you know, like the geographical mapping of the moon, which is really interesting. And then you've also got these dragonflies and these shapes which look almost like a flower. It does look like a flower, but also like a bird as well. It's very beautiful, very, very beautiful, very well thought out, gorgeous cards. Yeah, I'm just looking at the back of the Ethereal Visions. They're nice too. I do prefer this one though. Okay. Knight, the knight. Yeah, I love the multi-ethnicity in these cards. It's really nice and contemporary. The light. The gate. The prophet. the serpent, Death Mother, Memory. The rabbit and the fox. That's so beautiful. Again, I'm just loving the multi-ethnicity of these cards. And it just reminds you of how all of these traditions, or, you know, they're just from all over the world. It's really interesting how this card is shadow. The shadow. But it's meant in a particular context, and I mean the shadow isn't bad, but it's a very different context to how I'm used to the shadow, which is the Jungian shadow. The Seer, love this card. The Scales, Libran energy there, and Justice as well. The Path, Balance, which is akin to Temperance. I love the way that she's actually got like this kind of like, it's almost like a martial arts gown as well, like a kimono or something that would, but there is this yin and yang kind of vibe, so I really like that a lot. The Gift. This is Persephone. Not Persephone, sorry. Pandora has just opened the box. I really like this card for that context, actually. The Lunar Moth. Beautiful. Again, we go back into that kind of like light kind of palette that the artist likes to use, which is nice. But I do prefer this kind of like bolder outline, the Silence. It's interesting, as I said, like the interpretation. This is meditation, going into silence. Keeping still, keeping silent. The Word. Divine creativity in writing. White Buffalo. I'm not sure what that one is. Let me just check. So it's Peace. That's the Peace Pipe. She does look pretty glam though, you know. Loving that. The Selkie. Which, even though she has an Asian face, which is really interesting, the myth is Scottish. And it's actually where the idea of merfolk came from, the myth of merfolk, which is really, really interesting. The Raven. Love this. And it actually mentions about shamanic psychopomp work in the explanation. So I really like that. For those of you who don't know, psychopomp work is a being or the ability to be able to lead souls from the living to the dead when they're passing. And the Koi Fish, love that. I think in the other, like newer decks, or sorry, in the earlier versions, this was just a fish. So I love how it's attaching it to the koi. Love that. And the Elephant, which we saw on the cover of the book. So nice. These just remind me of my my storybooks as a child. You know, these it was like this kind of illustration that would be in my earlier books. And the white owl. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous, mystical, kind of magical vibe to it. But you know, what I love about owls is that people think that they're all fluffy and this is all great, but they are birds of prey. They eat other animals. They've got claws and talons, and yeah, they're extremely powerful birds. I love it. And the octopus. If any of you have seen My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, oh my god, it actually made me just, after that, I think octopus became one of my power animals. I was like, oh, I love it. So beautiful. And they're so amazing, clever creatures. I definitely got this deck because of this card as well. Sun Bear, beautiful. Beautiful card. The Fawn. There's a really beautiful story that this card reminds me of how the fawn came face to face with a demon, and it was the only animal that wasn't scared of the demon, and the demon was really surprised that it didn't like it, that it wasn't scared by it, and it's because it could see the purity of its heart. So it's just really interesting, and because of that, it was safe. Harpy Eagle. So beautiful, right? Wouldn't want to mess with this guy, would you? Tiger. Tiger mention is quite in a few of the decks that I've got recently, so tiger is a powerful animal. Palomino. And the sea turtle. I always get reminded of Finding Nemo. It is exactly what it is supposed to be. I looked in the book beforehand, but yeah. So some gorgeous, gorgeous cards, beautiful illustrations there of these beautiful animals. And these beautiful archetypes. So let's have a little go at a reading. So I just cleansed the deck. If you would like me to do a video on how I cleanse decks, let me know in the comments section below. I think I did it on one of my first unboxings, so yeah. So interesting, when you've had like loads of cards to shuffle with, and then you don't have that many, it's quite interesting how they work. Okay, what message would you like me to put across the collective with my first reading? Thank you so much for being privy to this. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and your energy and everything that you have put into by watching this. Thank you. Okay. What messages do you have for us, dear cards? Lunar Moth. Okay. And what does it say with the Lunar Moth? I mean, the first thing I get from this card is a moth is attracted to a flame. It did come out reversed, so it just says to me, like, just be careful what you're attracted to. What do you think that what you think may be quite nice to go towards might be quite fleeting and also might be slightly damaging. Well, it's interesting here in upright it says it's time to transform bad habits into good ones. Take a healthy break from your obsessions to gain revelations. So, yeah. And it only lives for a short time anyway. So this is a fleeting energy. It's not something that is substantiated in any kind of groundedness. Doesn't last for a long time. It's not permanent. So, yeah. Interesting message for today. Should we do another 2? The Architect. It was reversed. So with me thinking about this card, you know, you have got like this ability to be able, doesn't it look like there's an actual man here, there as well? That's really interesting. Yeah, like it's the ability to be able to manifest your reality. There's a few blocks with that. So say if I was going to read it this way, and then this card. So we've got 3 reversals here. I will read it the right way up though. So a lack of balance is causing you to float towards things that are impermanent and place faith in something that is impermanent. So I would see what it is and redress the balance. You do have the power to move forward beyond that, and also to discern what's going on. So, yeah, use your temperance and your balance and your perspective to be able to gain a better perspective of the situation, to build something on more solid ground. Okay, well, thank you so much for being with me with this review of the Dreamscape Oracle by Matt Hughes. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I look forward to using the cards in my readings. Take care, my loves. Bye.